Traffic goes on by. Ooh. Hey everybody, it's Robert Jones here, back with some weekend recipes for you. Today we're going to work on a beef stew, but it's going to be a little bit different kind of beef stew. It's going to be a crock pot beef stew. So it's going to be a lot of preparation at the beginning, and then a lot of easy cooking. So you just cut everything up, cook it a tiny bit, put it in the crock pot, and then let it go. 6 to 8 hours later, you and yours are feasting. So this is a recipe that'd be really great for the weekend. I hope you enjoy this one, and I hope you try it at home. Here are the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe for beef stew. Some flour, mushrooms, carrots, parsley, potatoes, onion, garlic, beef, some tomato sauce or tomato paste, a bay leaf, some paprika, and some peppercorns. That would be black peppercorns. For the beef stew, I've got a bunch of beef here. I bought this a couple weeks ago to go on a trip to Lake Arrowhead, and that didn't happen, so I just threw it back in the freezer because we didn't use it, and it's perfectly great. I just thawed it out. Oh, here's a pro tip. If you have beef and it's still in the package and you want to thaw it out really fast, put it in an aluminum pan if you have one, or just a metal pan if you don't have that. Get rid of the styrofoam thing underneath. Take it out of the plastic. If you'd like, put some plastic back on top to keep the bugs off of it. But if you put it in here, you can see that it's sweating. Maybe you can see that here, where my thumb is. The aluminum disperses the coldness out, or allows the heat to get into the meat. However you want to say it, junior physicist. Anyway, it thaws the meat really fast. So, what we've got here is we have some tri-tip that has just been cut lengthwise. This is how it came from Costco. You can use whatever beef you want. Preferably something on the tougher side. Tri-tip tends to be a little bit tougher because this is going to be stewed down for a while. It needs to hold up. We don't want it to disintegrate. We want it to actually stay in chunks. So I'm just going to cut this into some chunks. I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. In this case, just want to cut this lengthwise. And then I'm trying to cut pieces that are the right size for your mouth. So if you ask me, something about this big is going to cook down a little bit more. You can see that. It's going to cook down and it'll be perfect bite size. So we're just going to cut this up. Our beef is cut up. Can you guys see that? Nice chunks. Now it's time to do the vegetables. So now for the vegetables, let me give you a little introduction of what we got going on here. I have some parsley, and it's a couple days old, and it was in the fridge, and it's a little wilty, as you can see here. So I just washed it. Everything's fine with it. It still smells good. It's just wilty, and it doesn't really matter because what we want from it is the flavor. It doesn't need to look good. It's just going to go into the beef stew and give it some flavor. And then, like the last recipe with the pork, we're just going to take this back out like a dirty diaper and throw it away because it's given up its flavor. So I just want to show you there are uses for your old vegetables as well. In here we've got some fingerling potatoes. We've also got some red potatoes that I cut up already, just so everything's bite-sized. Now we might cut a little of these up. These are fingerling potatoes. I just want them to be bite-sized, just to show you guys. Don't recommend using Burbank russet. Those are the brown ones you normally see. Those make great baked potatoes, but they do not hold up in a stew. So you want a waxy potato. So we got our potatoes. Set those aside. We've got our limp parsley. We've got our mushrooms. I did wash them. So for these, I'm just going to cut them in quarters. Just a very simple cut. I did most of them already. Just want to show you guys. Nice and fresh. Put those in here. If you don't like mushrooms, don't use them. If you like different mushrooms, or you have different mushrooms, you can use them. Now, the thing is with these, they hold up really well under the heat over time. These are just regular white button mushrooms. Anyway, these are going to give up a lot of water. So when we actually get ready to put our stew together, when it starts cooking, I'm not going to put a lot of water in there because these are going to give up a lot of water. And I'd rather have the juice from these because they have more flavor. Alright, that's mushrooms. We also have carrots, and I totally cheated here. I don't know about you guys, I hate cutting up and peeling carrots. I just do. These, they call them baby carrots. Baby carrots. It's a lie. They're not baby carrots. They're full carrots. They cut them, then they tumble them so they make them the bite size. Yeah, other than the name, I don't really care because they're just going in there and they're just going to cook. So that's what those are. You can see fresh carrots. Carrots. Okay, what else we got here? We've also got an onion. So I'm going to cut that up for you guys. Remember when you cut your onion, cut it lengthwise. Cut through the root. And that way when you peel it, it will stay together. See, the root, and now it all stays together. It's like magic. Do you use onions? Do you like onions? You have different kind of onions. Use those. These are brown. These are just what happened to be at the grocery store. That's what I bought. Cut that. Try to keep on camera here. Alright. Cut the tip off. Just the tip. Just the tip there. And then for these, we're just going to do... What are we going to do? So for these, I'm just going to make them... Maybe we're doing quarters this way. Wow. This is kind of tough. And then maybe a small dice. And then get rid of the butt. But hey, other than the skin, that's as much onion as I throw away. Save it. You paid for it. Use it. Make it grandma proud. Alright, got our onion. So, that is it in the department of vegetables. Now, here comes the big fancy French term called a bouquet garni, which is basically a bouquet of flavor. I have a tea ball. I have many tea balls, but this is the one that I use for soups and stuff. I like to put the spices in here, and that way when it goes in the soup and it's closed up like this, when it's done, I can pull this out and there's no nasty bits in there, but the flavor still comes through the screen. So into the bouquet garni that I am making, I'm going to make 3 cloves of garlic smashed. Also to that, I'm going to put 2 bay leaves because they're kind of small. These are local bay leaves that I collected myself. And I'm just going to put 2 of them in there. They smell pretty strong. And I break them in half and then I fold them in there. I have some peppercorns. You guys can see these. Just black peppercorns. I don't know, about half a teaspoon. Put those in there. Alright, everybody's in the party boat. Here's what it looks like. Then we just close it up. And then it'll hang like this in our pot. And give some smells and taste. Oh no! Terrible! Okay, major malfunction. Wow, let's try this again with a different one. Okay, I think what happened is the clasp is not tight enough, so I'm going to try to tighten that up here a second. Hang on with kitchen repairs. Okay, you can see I fixed it. It's now tighter. Let's put this back together again. Okay, let's try this again. Closed and locked tight. Now we're secure. Yay! Now I'm just picking peppercorns out of the onions. The next part of our concoction here is we're going to make a dredge for the meat. What is a dredge, you ask? What is a dredge, you ask? A dredge is some flour, and in this case I'm going to be putting some paprika, Hungarian, some salt, kosher, and that's it. I'm going to put into my mix probably about 2 teaspoons of salt. Sounds like a lot, but it's going to be a lot. And we're going to put some paprika, about 2 teaspoons for my mix. And then we're going to mix this with the flour, nice and mixed. Then we're going to take the beef and we're going to put it in here and we're going to toss it around. Did I mention we had a lot of beef? If you're gluten-free, don't do this. You can use rice flour. You could use potato flour maybe. Whatever you want to use. Okay, that's pretty good. Probably a little light on the flour, but it's alright.